You finally finish your animation, but then you spot a flaw, then another, and suddenly you're back in the editing spiral. Sound familiar? In this video, we're tackling the moment every animator dreads, and that's knowing when it's good enough to stop tweaking and actually share your work. Let's talk about the perfectionist loop, or the perfectionist paradox. A quick Google search will tell you it describes how the relentless pursuit of perfection, often praised in society, can ironically lead to decreased productivity, increased anxiety, and even hinder success. What does this look like in animation? For us, it starts with one frame and ends 3 days later with a completely redrawn scene. But here's the truth. Your animation will never feel perfect to you because you will do everything in your power, whether subconsciously or not, to find every flaw. And this is why perfect is the enemy of done. And it's important to understand that a finished, imperfect project teaches you more than an unfinished, theoretically perfect one. This is where we can learn something from the 80-20 rule, or the Pareto principle. This theory, originally observed in Italy, states that 80% of consequences come from 20% of the causes, indicating that inputs and outputs have an unequal relationship. Now, this is a little more abstract way of thinking, but for us animators, it means that most viewers will only notice 20% of the work. That is to say that 80% of your animation's impact probably comes from just 20% of what you actually did, or your work. And on the flip side, the 20% of polishing often sucks up 80% of your time, and usually only you notice the difference. So now that we understand the what and why of what's holding us back, let's dive into the how to get past it. This is where we can learn a thing or two from video games and a little less from school. And in this case, I want you to think of your progress as a side scroller, like Mario, for example. Posting your work, even if it's not perfect, is what helps you improve. Think of every upload as a checkpoint, not a final exam. In school, you only get one shot to do your best. It trains you to think your work needs to be perfect before anyone sees it. Now, imagine your animation journey is a side scroller like Mario. You're not expected to beat the whole game in one perfect run. You learn by moving forward, by trying, failing, adapting. Every time you can finish an animation and post it, even if it's not perfect, you hit a checkpoint. You don't gain XP by staying at the start and polishing the same jump over and over. You get better by reaching the next stage, the next animation, the next creative problem to solve. So the next time you're hesitating to share your work, remember, you're not submitting an exam. You're saving your progress, letting people see your level ups, and that's how you grow, not just as an animator, but as a creative. If you need a little more help or aren't a Mario fan, let's make a checklist. Let's start with 5 easy points. First, does the core idea come across clearly? If someone watches it once, do they understand what's happening? Can they feel the emotion or action? If yes, post it. Number 2, did I learn something new while making it? Did you push yourself, even a little, to try a new principle? Improve your timing or staging? If yes, then post it. Am I fixing things no one will notice? If tweaks are so small that only you or I can spot them, then it's not breaking the animation and it's not worth delaying the post. Number 4, have I been finishing this for more than 2 days? That's usually a sign I'm avoiding the next project and it's time to let go. Number 5, am I scared to post it or excited? If it's fear holding me back, not something actually broken, post it. You started animation because you had something you wanted to express, a feeling, a story, an idea. And that spark, it's not meant to be buried under endless revisions. Not every project needs to be a masterpiece, and it won't be. What matters is that you keep creating, keep sharing, and learning. Because the truth is, no amount of tweaking will ever fully quiet that inner critic. But finishing something and letting it go, that's what builds confidence, and that's what builds momentum. So if you're waiting for your animation to feel done, maybe it already is. You're allowed to move on, you're allowed to grow, and yes, it's good enough.